All right, guys. We are here today. It is Tuesday. I think we have import-export prices today. We got the NVIDIA GTC conference. That's probably a pretty big Tuesday. I think. All right, gold ripping this morning. Taking a look at bond yields. Bond yields they fell down yesterday before rebounding back up by the end of the day. Let's see what else we got. Looking at economic data today, I think we have like import-export prices. We have durable good orders. No, that's not today. We got building permits and housing start data. So we got real estate data, which is relevant right now. Housing starts are expected at 1.38 million. 1.38. Building permits expected at 1.45. We also have Canadian CPI dropping at 8:30. Industrial production numbers a little bit later. The big thing today, though, is the NVIDIA conference. That's the biggest event this month. Does the market react positively or negatively from the NVIDIA GTC keynote today? Bull reaction, bear reaction. Yeah, we're awake. Again, we got gold at 3040s. Gold's ripping up a lot. So we got any big news today? Let me pull this down. Apple has lost an appeal against the regulatory assessment that opens up to stricter controls in Germany, according to a federal court ruling. What else we have? All right, so Wall Street Journal's Tim Rose, as part of his Fed preview, says a few doves have become hawks and vice versa, end quote. So I wonder what that means. I mean, I know what it means, that some people have pivoted to be more hawkish from bullish or dovish. And then today we got like import-export data. Tomorrow's the big day. Today we got GTC though. Yes, we got NVIDIA GTC. Let's talk about it. Let's break some news down here. Okay, so all right, so let's talk about it. Today is March 18th. March 18th. Let's see what we get. See the chat. Yeah, NVIDIA GTC keynote is going to be at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to stream the whole thing live as we do. Yeah, it's at 1 p.m. Eastern. How many hours? 3.5. Right? 3.5 hours, give or take. Yeah, we got import and export prices, but they're not really super big here. All right, guys. So S&P bounced a little bit, closing at 5,642, up 0.6%. Dow Jones went up almost 1% yesterday, adding almost 375 points to finish at 41.8. Nasdaq gained about 0.3 or about 53 points, closed at. Oh, this is wrong. How can AI get this so wrong, man? Nasdaq at 19.8. Nvidia's GTC. Nvidia is hosting its annual GPU Tech Conference this week. Jensen Huang delivering his keynote at 10 a.m. Pacific. The event is expected to showcase advancements in AI and accelerated computing. Everybody's going to be listening about announcements regarding the Rubin chip. Tesla down again today, down to 230s. But yeah, everybody's going to be listening to updates around the Rubin AI chip designed to optimize AI training in data centers. Investors are going to be monitoring these, especially considering recent fluctuations in markets and this recent correction that the market has seen. February's retail sales were weaker than expected. Trade tensions. The National Economic Council director warned of uncertainty due to impending tariffs from the administration set to be announced. I thought it was on the 1st of April. It must be the 2nd of April. The Fed Reserve's two-day policy meeting begins today with expectations to maintain current interest rates. Investors are keenly awaiting insights on economic growth projections and potential future rate cuts. Longer-term treasury yields went up as investors anticipated Fed upcoming policy meetings. Gold well over 3,000 announced today. Tesla down. Again, the market has experienced a correction in the last couple of weeks. The NASDAQ is down 15%. This is not a shock. Markets were just up too much. And, honestly, as I've said many times, a 10% or more correction once a year is pretty normal. It's not anything to freak out about. Now, we could drop more. It is possible we keep dropping. But that is the markets today. Again, we're going to be streaming the full... We're going to be streaming the full Fed meeting tomorrow. We're going to be streaming the full GTC conference today. So... Alright guys, sorry. Yeah, I mean, gold is one of the best long-term inflation hedges in the world. I'm not really interested in buying it up here. It's just up too much. I made a bunch on gold when it was in when it was over 2K, and so I've made it enough to be content with gold. At this point in time though, at threes, I'm just not interested in buying up. It's just up too much. And again, that doesn't mean it won't continue running more. I might regret this. I'm not really even, I'm not one to hate on gold at all. Generally speaking, if you hold gold long enough, you're going to make money. Gold's just been on a 10-year uptick, 10-year upswing. And so, yeah, gold has just been ripping up. And so gold can make long-term corrections. And I'm just not trying to get caught in that long-term correction regardless of it. Yeah, so the NVIDIA conference is at 1 p.m. All right, guys. All right, chat. So Tesla's still at 232s here. Yeah, look at Tesla, man. And then look at NVIDIA starting to dip down. So here's the thing about these GTC conferences is that traders can be fickle, man. They really can. Traders can be fickle. That's something that we see a lot with these. We see traders just acting fickle. If they don't hear exactly what they want to hear from this conference, like literally to a T, exactly what they want to hear, sometimes they negatively react, and sometimes the market dumps on stuff like this, unfortunately. And so I'm just hoping the market likes whatever they see for NVIDIA's GTC conference. I really do. All right, we got our meeting here. Here's an update on everything going on today. Yeah. Yeah, so again, if you want a one-stop shop where we break down everything that goes on in finance, here's the link. There's the link right there. Blindly passive investing in the S&P is good if your time horizon is 50 years. Well, yeah, that's probably true. Again, I'm not an investment professional. I can't guarantee anything. Yeah, I can't guarantee anything. Not an investment professional. I'm not liable if you lose. I have no idea what I'm talking about sometimes. I might be wildly wrong about anything and everything I say. Do not copy me. But with that said, yeah. We'll see what we get today. I'm ready. Gold's popping up. Hey, what's up? Trading part-time K, Beach Bum, For Reals, Ryan, Corey, Colby, Merchant, Eck, Messi, J, 75, Jonathan, Dark, Rob, George, NYC, Pawn, Sam, Plus, Michael G, Jonathan, Kim, Chatter, Conrad, Trailer, Yair, Can, Food, BJ, Beam, Tiny, Mark, Prime, Mio, Anthony, Ray, Faye. I'm trying to say hey to everybody. Sorry. My side. Kaz, Matt. Alright, I think that's it. Alright, so looking at our poll number, 63% bullish reaction to GTC. Am I quiet again? Is the volume too low on my headphones? It might be if I go like this. If I go like this and turn the other way, that might be what it is. Yeah, no, look. So, generally speaking, the easiest way to make money is DCAing over time. DCAing over time is useful because it eliminates some of the volatility. Gold is good. You know, like, I'm not hating on gold at all. I like gold. But gold has been on a freaking 10-year upswing here. This is gold specifically over the last 10 years straight. 10 years. This is gold for 10 years now. And so gold just goes up over time. The problem with gold, the reason I don't like buying it right here is, and you're going to have a lot of people that tell you to buy gold, right? Like, gold's one of those assets that a lot of different people tell you to buy. The problem with gold is that if you buy it at the wrong time, here's a good example. You can downtrend for a decade, you know? And so, and generally speaking, this happens after big peaks, kind of like where we're at now. I'm not telling you to sell gold because I think like with gold, DCAing is the right move over time. But I like to buy it on pullbacks. Nvidia turning, coming down here. Tesla down too. Look at Tesla. I'm going to put up Tesla on the right side. Tesla down to 230s. 230s. And then on Top Step X, we've had a beautiful little run here. Like a really nice run. You know, gold will also do well if we're in like recessions. If you do think we're heading towards one, you know, gold might be an option. But yeah, look at Tesla, guys, down to 230. Nvidia down today too. So what this shows me is that people are a little bit anticipating GTC. They're a little bit bearish anticipating GTC, maybe. That might be why. I'm not saying it is. Canadian CPI move. I mean, Canadian CPI might make it move a little bit. It's not going to make it move much, regardless of what it shows in. And again, we honestly have been doing pretty good. So check it out. We've been this is the last week of our Top Step trading. Still doing very good here. Still doing very good. It's not huge gains or anything like that, but it's good enough. And remember, last week we made about 1,200 on one of the accounts. I don't know if it was this account though. That's not why Tesla is down. Yeah, I'm sure Tesla has a reason. Let's see if we can figure it out. Tesla. Tesla is down because Wall Street is worried about more than Elon. Tesla investors lately have dealt with a lot, including falling estimates for first quarter and full year deliveries. CEO Elon spends a lot of time in Washington. Shares of LEV were down 2.23% in pre-market again today. S&P and Dow were all down 0.3%. So Tesla is actually leading the market down. The drop today came after RBC analyst Tom Narayan cut his Tesla price target to 320 from 440. He kept his buy rating, though. He said, quote, much of the attention around Tesla has centered on its recent delivery performance in January and February in Europe and China, end quote. He said they also talked about earlier 2025 sales results for Tesla have been weaker, leading Wall Street to cut estimates for first quarter and full year deliveries. They said, quote, we think fears about demand could be overblown. However, that said, in this report, we lower our full self-driving pricing and robotaxi penetration assumptions. Tesla. He did keep his buy rating. He also said this quote, it says, the stock's decline in pre-market came after shares fell 5% on Monday. Mizuho analyst Vijay Rakesh cut his full-year delivery estimate to 1.8 million vehicles from 2.3 million. Tesla delivered about 1.8 million cars in 24, so Rakesh doesn't expect any growth. He said, quote, we believe Tesla's sales woes are the result of deterioration in geopolitics, brand perception, share loss due to a stronger competition overseas, and softer than expected demand for the Model Y refresh, end quotes. He kept his buy rating, though. So, yeah, exactly kind of the stuff I've been saying. Elon's getting a little too wrapped up in politics, not really helping him. I've been saying this for freaking years, man. And I generally like Tesla as a company, but again, and to a certain extent, it's early. But I've been saying the same thing for years. The biggest risk to Tesla is Elon getting outspoken politically. And again, when you're selling things to consumers, might not be the right move, guys, in business to get really one-sided politically. You're going to ostracize the other side. And that's exactly what's happening right now, unfortunately for Tesla. So. DCA into Lucid. I don't know, man. I think Lucid's still got risk too. It's still too small, right? Lucid is too small of a company. The risks are still pretty big there. Does Elon use ketamine? Does he really? That seems like a dumb thing for a billionaire to use, but does he really? Like, I don't know, man. Like, that seems kind of dumb. I'm not judging. I've never really done that stuff, so of course I don't know what it's like and if there's any benefits or not. I know I get, like, I see some advertisements that are like, yeah, help your brain through ketamine, and I always just assume that people are curious about it, so they try it. But like, I don't know. I don't really follow him that closely. All right, guys. So again, gold is up. All right, again, we got NVIDIA GTC today. We got import-export prices coming out soon, 8:30. All right, I got to ask Grok now. Yeah, I don't know. So apparently he did admit to using it. He said, quote, once every other week to shift his mindset during negative mental states, end quote. I mean, look, if it's I've never done it. I can't really judge. I'm not going to really judge that. Yeah, so I'm looking at gold, man. Honestly, gold is way up there at 30-35s. Tesla at 230s. So a lot of stuff rebounded yesterday, no? So a lot of stuff seems to have rebounded yesterday. Looking at our poll, 64% think we're going to do a bullish reaction from NVIDIA's GTC. All right, guys. Gold at 2034s. Let's watch that level, 2034s. I'm going to start looking at some other levels here on charts. I'm going to put the NASDAQ up. And again, we had another green day yesterday. NASDAQ seems to have rebounded. The NASDAQ, what I really like about the NASDAQ right now is that it's really close to 20,000. I think 20,000 is a big level for the NASDAQ. It's an important level, and it's a level that I can base trades around. And so, honestly, I really like the fact that we're close to the $20,000 level on the NASDAQ here. You can see we got into some good trades yesterday, made some money. And we're pretty close to the $20,000 level. Here it is right here. We got it on the chart. We're going to document some levels now around everything here. Let's take a look. So this is definitely a level here. Yeah, yeah, I mean, I understand the Elon criticism, I really do. But let's not turn it into the whole stream, you know. I'm pretty neutral on all of it, but let's not turn it into the whole stream. All right, so we're tapping this level right here too. 20,000 looks like a really nice spot, like a really good level here. So we'll see if that holds. And again, we did our X post. Here's the post right here. Again, if you want to give me a follow on X, here's the link. Great way to help support the channel. Every day we break down all the news that comes out in finance. And we still got about 37 minutes until Canadian CPI, import-export prices, and more. All right, so again, we're still testing this 1967 level. The 200 exponential is right over us here. We're going to get ready to maybe trade some here. There's the 200 EMA. Do I want to short this level? I kind of do. You know what? I'm going to take one contract short. Just one. The plan is going to be we're going to take this contract, and if we get into the green, we'll add to it. If we do not get into the green, and it ends up ripping up over this specific level right here at 83s, 80s, 83s, we'll cut it. I think that's a fair trade. And so that's the plan right now. Yeah, I'm looking at the Atlanta Fed recession prediction. I saw the March 17th one, the yesterday one. All right, so I'm still watching this, and we're definitely red so far. I might cut this pretty soon. Why did this level turn purple? It's purple. Why? I'm not going to add to this. I'm only going to add to winning trades in pre-market. I'm going to update my rules. I only add to winning trades, but we're also about to cut this thing, probably. That's better. Let's see if we break down. Yeah, I'm looking at GDP now. Estimates real GDP growth in the first quarter is minus 2.1%. They're talking about personal consumption expenditures, PCE, declined from 1.1 to 0.4%. But that's still too early to predict a recession. There's another page here. I'm going to cut this, to be honest. I'm going to get out now. It's still, I'm going to get out early. And we lost 15 bucks. It's fine. Today is not the FOMC meeting plus. The FOMC meeting is always on a Wednesday, guys. It's always Wednesday. It's never going to be on a Tuesday. It's always on Wednesday. So tomorrow we have the FOMC, and yes, we will be streaming that completely live as we do normally. Woo. Drank too much coffee. All right, we're here. Apple at 214s. So Apple's rising back up too. So look at Apple here. I'll put all right, guys, so we're just under 20K here. And I am watching this level too. I wonder if 20,000 is like a magnet though. You know, and so my bias, I was short bias expecting us to range, but now we have a double bottom right here. And I think 20K could be like a magnet up here too. I think once we get close to milestone levels like this, a lot of the time we at least test them. It doesn't mean we're going to necessarily break them, but a lot of the time we're at least going to test them. All bulls on the market, man. Why they chose short. Oh, man. All right, guys. So, yeah, I mean, we got some small stuff. We got, like, import-export. We got housing starts. That's what it is. Yeah, I'm trying to catch everybody's question. I'm trying to see. So, I was looking for 7.5s. I was looking for 7.5 updating. He said that they're predicting we're in a recession. The only thing I saw is that they thought that we would have negative GDP quarter this quarter, right? But a recession is 2 consecutive losing GDP quarters. Oh man, this one kind of hurts now. I might actually pivot to a short strategy now that we have confirmation under this level. And so we'll try. We'll short this. And then maybe get a couple contracts in here. See if we flush down. Can take one off. Yeah, there we go. All right, we took half off there. And now we can be a little loose on the rest. Nice. Like I said, I will add to this. Nice, we just added to it. We could bank a little bit more. Take half off there. Get out the rest there. So we could have, in hindsight, I should have held it a little bit longer, but we ended up making our money right back. So we're green on the day now, which is good. We caught the breakdown under this level, under the 200 exponential. I should have shorted a little bit more size, but it's my first trade in pre-market, so I'll take it. The last few years were certainly not a recession. A recession is 2 consecutive losing GDP quarters. GDP's been anywhere between 2.5%, 2.3%. We had a couple negative GDP quarters, I think, like 3 years ago, but very quickly did we rebound back up and it ended. So you could call that a little mini recession, but pretty quickly we rebounded back up and ended. Now the GDP has been very strong lately. I think it's expected next week as well. Let me make sure. I think it's next week. And last time I know it showed up, this is the second revision, so it's expected around 2.3%. Yeah, GDP shows up next Thursday. I expected at, I don't know, last time was 2.3%. We'll see if they update this expectation a little bit closer to the report. But yeah, that's what's going on. Should have held this short a little bit longer, but that's all right. Yeah, it's all good. Gold up there to 30.38s. So gold's about to test highs. And I think this is the all-time high. Yeah, 30.38 is the all-time high for gold. It's getting very close. It's at 30.3720s. It's 80 cents away. All right, gold up to 30.40s. Yeah, so we got housing start data. Let me update the stream here. We do have housing start data and building permit data coming out. Let me update it. Yeah, and I think this is an interesting release too. Yeah, so we're bouncing back up. The question is, do I want to short into it and attack this 19,930 range here? I don't know. I'm thinking about it, but I'm going to wait, I think. All right, so I should have shorted that bounce because look at that breakdown here. So we are now rejecting on the way down. Yeah, but to a certain extent, the manufacturing is what they're trying to build up with the tariffs. To a certain extent, not. I don't know if it's gonna work, but that's what they're trying to build up. Yeah, so here's 20K up here. It's still early. I thought that we could like magnetize towards 20K, but it looks like that was wrong. We're instead just breaking down under this level. You know, a good strategy I like to use is we have a big milestone supported resistance area that we've had on our charts for a minute now. When we start to break down, like we have the 200 exponential right here, so it's possible we get a rejection. When we have this big red candle that breaks under not just the 200 EMA, but also this big support and resistance level, that's when we jump in short. And so you remember our short trade, that's where we jumped in right here and rode it back down. I should have held it though. I knew as soon as I cut the trade, I said I should have probably held it, but it's all good. You know, you're not going to get the full move of everything. We're green. I'll take it. We'll see if we can find some other stuff. Gold's still ripping up. Gold broke all-time highs up to 30, 39, 20s now for gold. New all-time highs just under 30, 40. And then look at the NASDAQ break down again here. So all right, so we're testing this bottom low right here. Now, I don't know if I want to buy this and attack a very small scalp around the support level of 930, but I'm thinking about it. We'll see. All right, so we're still testing this low. Let me see what else the chat says. Hey, thank you. Hey, good morning, John. Are there any economists you listen to for macro perspectives? If so, sorry, you didn't have to donate. I saw this comment earlier. I should have responded to it. There's some of them. Let me figure out the names of who I listen to, but I've read a lot of economic books. I'll have to go back and look who actually wrote them. Like the way I learned economics is through books. And so I think learning economics in book form is useful. I think you can also use the internet to do it now. So I have read Freakonomics. I have read A Random Walk Down Wall Street. And then I've read a couple other ones, but Bitcoin. Where's Bitcoin at right now? Is Bitcoin up today? Bitcoin's down. Yeah, it's struggling. I think the NVIDIA GTC conference. Yeah, I should have. Remember, I said I should. Do you remember I wanted to scalp this low right here? Ugh. Should have taken it when I had the idea. Should have taken it because look at the bounce. I could have scalped this low for sure. A little frustrated, but it's all good. I think capitalism and freedom, Milton Friedman is good. I like Jack Schwager's books. I like Michael Lewis's books. I like Market Wizards. There's a couple books that I like about trading, but definitely top 3 levels ever. The Rich Dad Poor Dad guy, I don't know, man. Hey, thank you, Amit. Appreciate it, bro. Yeah, we got about 18 minutes. We got housing start data coming out. Economics is pretty simple. Supply and demand, scarcity, you know, interest rates, money printing, you know what I mean? Yeah. Cycles. You learn those things, you'll understand a lot of it. They're probably talking about the Rich Dad Poor Dad guy. Yeah, I was never big into his books. And so I can break down the whole book right now. One of the reasons I use AI is because I can summarize books. This is the most powerful way to use it. Passive income streams, which is really just investing. I don't know. I don't necessarily disagree with some of these, but like, in the end, like, you want to understand, just to summarize everything in some of these books. And again, I agree with this, to be honest. I don't know whether the guy is good or not. I don't know. One of the things that wealthy people do is that most wealthy people, it depends on whether they're wealthy from inheritance. If they're inherited wealth, they're usually a little bit less responsible with it. If you're talking about self-made wealth, usually they focus on buying things that go up in value. And I know that's an oversimplified way to look at it, but like, you get somebody that is rich short term, they might buy fancy cars and all this different stuff that are going to obviously go down in value. Instead of doing that stuff, buy real estate. It's almost certainly going to go up in value. You can buy gold, you can invest in stocks, you can do all this different stuff. In the end, you want to buy things that go up in value. And you can find things, you can find cars that go up in value. You can find watches that go up in value. You can buy real estate that goes up in value. You just want to find stuff that goes up. And there's in every niche of anything, you're going to be able to find some stuff that can probably go up in value. And when you diversify enough, you set yourself up to succeed. And like, that's something that a lot of people get wrong. Like, everybody wants to look rich. Not everybody wants to put their money in things that go up in value, because sometimes those are the lesser, you know, they're not as attractive. They're not as cool. And so they just end up wasting money. I'm not really inhaling coffee. I'm just drinking it. It's my first cup of coffee. I've been up for like, what? How long is this? This stream, we got 700 people here. We've been going for about an hour. And I still got my cup of coffee, so I'm definitely not inhaling it. I take small sips. Anyways, we're still testing this low. I don't know whether I want to buy this low or not. It's a triple bottom. I think you could buy this reasonably and catch a bounce, or you could go the other end. Rolex watches typically go up in value, though. It depends on which ones you buy. I mean, in general, they mostly go up in value. And so we could see that through... You can see that through this. Here's a Rolex price graph. So in general, Rolexes are going to go up in value. You know, this is a correction. So what happened here, I've gone over this. Again, this is a really interesting economic look at watches. But what happened here is that 2020 happened. We had all the stimulus checks, all the quantitative easing by the Fed, all the low interest rate environment. Rolex watches, you know, Bernard Arnault, you know, made tons of wealth in net worth increases in this period of time. And Rolex prices, because everybody had more money, doubled in this period of time. And anytime something goes up too much, it generally corrects. This is why, like, you hear people say that, corrections are healthy. This is what they mean, is that anything that goes up too dramatically is usually going to correct back down a little bit. It'll probably continue going up long term, but anything that goes up too quickly is usually going to correct at least a little bit. And these type of corrections are generally healthy. Markets do the same thing. This is exactly how markets move. It's kind of the stair step, you know, kind of the stair step, up, pull back, up, pull back, up, pull back. Same thing. But this is Rolex watches. And so a lot of people think Rolexes are like flushing money down the toilet. Most of the time they retain value at the very least. And so you can buy one, wear it for a few years, as long as you don't mess it up, resell it, sometimes more than you paid for. You might make money wearing a Rolex watch for a few years. And so they're cool, little different investments. But should you spend all your money on Rolex watches? No. But can you diversify into them to a certain extent? Yes. But it depends. Not an investment professional. Don't copy me. All right, so we're still testing these lows down here. What's 17-18% interest rates? Where? Yeah, so TopStep is a funded account program where you can get funded if you pass a test. And taking the test is really what it's about, because that teaches you how to trade, teaches you how to follow rules, teaches you how to do all this cool stuff. And so again, TopStep gives you a demo, and they test your skill with a demo account first. If you pass the test, they fund you. If you fail, you only lose what you pay for it. In this case, the base one is $50. It's not the end of the world. If you lose it, and if you to pass it, you got to make $3,000 in profit on that $50K demo without losing $2K first, following their rules. If you can do that, they fund you $50K, 90% split. You get to keep your first $10K before the 90 split kicks in. Afterwards, you keep 90% of your profit. And then if you're good enough, you can fund your own account and do whatever you want. And that's why it's useful, is it teaches you how to trade. Most day traders lose. And so if you don't want to go this route and you want to deposit 5, 10, 20, 30 grand yourself, the reality is you're probably about to lose. And frankly, trying on TopStep is a lot cheaper than losing thousands of dollars of your own money, usually, at least. $49 is a lot cheaper than losing 5, 10, 20K if you try to fund your own account. And in the futures market, you can day trade the S&P, the Dow, the NASDAQ, the Russell, gold, some currencies. TopStep X is their native platform. There's zero commission on this platform. So I can take these little small sizes that I'm taking here, not worry too much about it. And if you fail, it's not the end of the world. But again, they're an affiliate of mine. I get paid by them, so I'm biased, of course. Some would say I'm the most biased person ever. Definitely top 3. Check out the link in the description right now. Understand CFDC 4.41. Hypothetical or simulated performance have limitations. Not an investment professional. I'm not liable if you lose. Most day traders lose. Always understand this. I'm pretty honest about it. If you want to check it out, there's the link. What's a good way to get taxes done for a day trader with many trades per year? Your platform should have a 1099 that they send you. Send that to your accountant. Tell them to figure it out. I'm not a CPA. I should have bought this dip, guys. I was thinking about it. I should have bought it. All right, guys, we got 7 minutes. Housing start data. That 1099 is like 300 pages. Again, that's your accountant's problem, brother. That's your accountant's problem, not mine, for sure. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not telling you what to do tax-wise. That's not my place, guys. It's not my place. I'm not doing it. Well, no, I mean, Rolex prices, like, okay, so you got to look at it like this. All right, like Rolex prices, you have to look at it with the right mentality here, which is that when Rolex prices did this, it's because people had cheaper access to money. The Fed intentionally pushed everything down here. And so is it a sign of a weak economy? No, not necessarily. It's a sign of a restrictive Fed is what it is. And maybe that means the same thing. Maybe a restrictive Fed means a weak economy, but right now we're in that period where the Fed's been restrictive. If I pull up like here's the easiest way to look at it. So here is the federal funds graph, which is the interest rate the Fed is moving. Right, so here's the Fed funds graph. You'll see this happened. The Fed started raising rates in 2022. All right, the Fed started raising rates in 2022. When did Rolex prices start to correct? 2022. Why? Because this means that interest rates are higher here. This is interest rates going up. This is Rolex prices going down. So there's a correlation between interest rates and Rolex sales and prices. When people have cheaper access to money through low interest rates, they tend to buy more nonsense with it. Rolex prices. When the Fed starts to get restrictive and interest rates go up, Rolex prices go down because people have less cheap access to money. And so I guess you're right in a way. I would not count on a Rolex being a great investment. I'm not really saying they're great investments. For me, they're good stores of value. Like, you can store your value in one, and it's kind of just a. I'm not saying you should go all in on Rolexes. That's a risk, Not unless you plan on like selling them as like a dealer. But see, I don't know whether I want to short this now. All right, guys, we got less than 2 minutes before housing start data. We'll see what this looks like. Import-export prices, building permits, housing starts. And, Canadian CPI dropping soon. All right, guys. What? All right, guys, so we're moving up a little bit here. Whew, dude, Bank of America. Okay, yeah, there it is. All right, cool. Okay, good, man. Oof. All right. Yeah, I'm looking at Bank of America. Do y'all like bank stocks right now? JP Morgan going up. A lot of people are talking about Bank of America, JP Morgan, Wells Fargo here. They're on pullbacks looking at them. So I'm wondering if I should short this spot too. But look at like JP Morgan. Look at the long-term chart is what looks interesting to me here. We got a nice big correction pullback here. Look at us rejecting up there too. All right, there goes housing start data, building permits. I'm sorry. Housing start showed up higher than expected, 1.5 million versus 1.38 million expected. Canadian CPI showed up higher than expected basically everywhere. Building permits showed up at 1.46 million. Everything showed up well higher than expected here. Everything showed up way higher than expected. So again, housing starts showed up over 1.5 million versus 1.38 million expected. Increase of 11.2% month to month for housing starts. Canadian CPI showed up pretty high as well. Import prices showed up 2% higher, or 2% increase, I mean, versus 1.6 expected year over year. Canadian CPI showed up for month over month, 1.1% month to month versus 0.6% expected. That's a lot of inflation for Canada. Year over year CPI for Canada showed up at 2.6% versus 2.1% expected. So much higher than expected. Look at the market push up here. I guess stronger real estate market maybe. Housing starts did increase 1.5 million versus 1.38 million expected here. Interesting. I'll put this up on screen so you can see it. There's the data right here below me. Market's going up now. Yeah, housing starts are good. Higher than expected is better. Housing starts specifically are like new residential buildings that began construction. So these are like building residential homes. Basically, them start building on houses. So basically, it's like building activity. Honestly, the market's kind of reacting positively to it too. Look at the market pop. Interesting. Yeah, Powell's speech tomorrow. Yeah, Powell speaks tomorrow. We're going to stream it all live like we always do. Pop a Powerball. Yeah, we'll see. All right, so look, we're kind of in a very sideways neutral range here. I'm looking to attack some of this, but we are in a very sideways neutral range. And again, we're day trading on Top Step X right now. Again, this is a 50K funded account. Top Step gives you a demo. They test your skill with a demo account. You pass the test, they fund you. You fail, you only lose what you pay for it. The base one is $49. It's not the end of the world if you lose it versus funding your own account thousands of dollars and losing that, which is what a lot of day traders end up doing. No PDT in futures, so I can day trade the S&P, the NASDAQ, the Dow, the Russell, gold, some currencies. Patterns are very similar to blue chip stock patterns. And there's less red tape in futures versus like Forex. No PDT rule. And we had a pretty good week. And so again, if you use my link, Top Step X has 0 commission. It's huge edge. And then Top Step is the most legit one in the world. They paid out almost $200 million since 2020. They fund thousands of traders. They pay out millions in actual withdrawals. A great way to learn how to day trade, because if you fail, you're out $50. If you pass it, you get a 50K funded account, 90% split, and you get to keep your first 10K in profit. But again, they're an affiliate of mine. I am biased. If you want to check them out, there's the link. Great way to help support the channel here. Again, housing start data showing optimism regarding real estate. See, we're breaking under this 200 EMA. If we move underneath this, like down here, and then bounce back up, I'll short a little bit larger size. But we need a clean move under and then a rebound back up. See, I don't mind this actually. So there's the move down under. I'm going to short this now. And then maybe we're going to add a little bit more to it if we retrace some more. Might not need to. So we got 2 contracts now. There we go. All right, we took half off there, lock that in. Get out the rest there. Small little scalps for early pre-market trading. We'll size up after the bell. Not too bad. The idea worked here. Still watching that 200 EMA and the support level here. The wash sale rule, Harry. Again, I'm not an accountant. I can't guarantee any of this is true. Ask your accountant. The wash sale rule is basically meant for people to not cheat on their write-offs, on their losses, right? Like if I take the micro E-mini and I make $1,000, and then in the same period of time I lose $1,000, I can't write off that $1,000 loss on the E-mini and act like I'm down $1,000, you know, because that's not really accurate. Like really I'm break even, you know, but the wash sale rule basically means you're not going to be able to write off your losses, but pretend like your wins weren't there before. So I guess the point is the wash sale rule means you have to take the net amount that you're up or down. I'm pretty sure that's what the wash sale rule means, but let me make sure. But again, ask your CPA, bro. Yeah. So AI says yes, that's exactly what it prevents. The IRS wash sale rule prohibits traders and investors from claiming a tax deduction on a capital loss if they repurchase the same security or substantially identical one within 30 days before or after selling it at a loss. If you sell a stock for $100 loss and then buy back the same stock within 30 days, you can't. They disallow your $100 loss for tax purposes because they consider it a wash sale. So point is, if you're going to write off a loss on a security, again, ask your freaking accountant. I don't know. Ask your accountant, Harry. No idea, bro. No idea. This is Top Step X. Again, I really don't know. Can't guarantee any of this stuff. Ask your accountant. Not a tax professional over here. Yeah, but I think it's a little bit deeper than that. It means that, like, if I lose $1,000 on the SPY and then sell it and I'm down on $1,000, $1,000 on the SPY. If I decide to buy the SPY back within 30 days, I can't write off that $1,000 loss. That's what it means. So it's a little bit different, but I'm pretty sure that's what it means. But again, ask your accountant. I kind of want to short this and then see if it retests these lows. I need a small enough bounce back though, or a big enough bounce back here. All right, we're gonna short. See if my thesis is right. I think it might come back down to retest lows. All right, half off, locked it in. Now it could be kind of loose on this last piece. Yeah. Yep. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and cut it. I know it's not the full trade, but I'm just kind of scalping these moves. It's pre-market. I think it'll still come back down, but we made enough short term. I mean, I'm scalping Devin with small size right now, so I can make 20, 30. I made 20 something dollars from the trade, and I've done this a couple different times this morning. So I'm just pre-market's not really my style of trading, and so if you see me take trades right now, I'm just trading small so I can build up a cushion into the market open, and then we'll increase our size a little bit once we hit the opening bell. So that's all we're doing right now. Again, I'm not even claiming to be a good day trader. I'm just kind of building up small profit in pre-market. Really, we cover economics here and market news and finance. So the big news today is NVIDIA's GTC keynote, 1 o'clock today. Yeah, Bitcoin's down to 82s. Tesla down to under 230s now. Tesla has had a downfall too, man. It's down 50% or more. It might be over 50% now for Tesla. That's a big drop. Yeah, I'm going to start to size in here on the trade as well. 3 contracts. We got a cushion on the day, so we'll take the cushion we built. I'm going to probably scale out of this soon. Well, there we go. Be a little looser on this one now. I'll add it back, I guess. Let's see if we can get deep enough in the green to add more to this. I'd like a retest of this level here, though. Yeah, I don't know about this one now. Not unless it rejects quickly here. We're going to cut. Yeah, we're cutting this. We didn't actually lose that much from this trade. It might keep coming down too, but first loss of the day. Yeah, so again, the NVIDIA GTC conference is going to be the biggest market mover probably today. Yeah, so we'll see what that looks like. All right, so again, Jensen Huang is going to take the stage. This is the biggest AI hardware announcement for the year. NVIDIA is the king of AI, data centers, accelerated computing. A lot of the world is going to be watching this event, and markets are definitely going to react to it. NVIDIA has kind of led the markets over the last couple months, years, and so people are going to be paying attention to this for sure. And again, we're going to stream it all live. AI is dominating global markets. Companies are in arms race for faster, more efficient AI models. We had DeepSeek earlier this year. Data center demand is skyrocketing. Competition is heating up. The big thing to watch for is the Rubin AI chip announcements. This is the rumored next-gen GPU architecture expected to deliver exponential gains in trading and inference. AI-powered supercomputing. NVIDIA could unveil new AI cloud partnerships with hyperscalers like Microsoft and Google. AI-powered robotics and automation is something you want to pay attention to, expanding NVIDIA's reach beyond data centers into robots, automotive, and industrial. New generative AI frameworks. Expect updates to Tensor, CUDA, and Omniverse, reinforcing NVIDIA's dominance. Stock market impact. People are going to be bracing for volatility from this. And again, traders can be fickle here, right? Traders can be very fickle. If they don't get exactly what they want, they might react negatively to it. So I would just be careful. Yeah, I would just be careful. This is at 1 o'clock Eastern. And we're going to stream it all live. So if you subscribe to our channel now and just tune in to our channel at, a little bit before 1, we're going to stream the whole keynote speech live. So I would watch it. I'm actually going to jump in short here. I think this looks really weak. And we'll add to this if we pop. So we're in. We kind of added to this here. I'll take some size and trade what we... See that it heads down now. I was going to add to it, but I'll give it a second. See a little bit more of a breakdown here. There we go. There we go. Take half off. Hold this one contract left. Yep. Gonna get out there. So just made about 30 or 40 bucks. Not bad. We'll see if we can add on a little pop here. I think I've read the market pretty well. This little string of losses was the smallest losses we've taken, and here's the last 20 trades. So we've only had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 losses, and one of them was 50 cents. This one was flat in the last 20 trades, so we're at least running 75 accuracy. Been in a really easy range to attack to here. Yeah, Tesla still has a pretty high PE ratio. All right, so we're testing these lows down here again. Again, this is kind of no man's land. I think you could buy it if you want to attack a long-term range. If you think the market's going to be flat leading into this conference, maybe. But it could also just crack lows and come back down. So I'm not really trying to attack this here. Are they speaking? Yeah, we're testing this low. Yeah, FOMC is tomorrow. We're gonna stream that for sure. Yeah, I mean, we could range. I think ranging makes sense too. I think it just depends, man. This is one of those things that has a lot of variance. Like whether we break down and continue down or whether we just kind of move up in range is very variance heavy ahead of these big economic events and reports and today's NVIDIA GTC conference. It's just much more likely that, or I wouldn't say it's much more likely that we do anything. I see the range for sure, and I understand people wanting to buy the bottom of this range right here and attack a rebound back up, and I think that makes sense. I think that makes a lot of sense. It just depends, right? And I think especially with GTC, it makes even more sense. But I also think it's possible that we break down too. I think either one of them could happen. It's important to recognize the variance of trading, right? And so one of the things you see is like, usually nobody really pushes people to take, okay, experienced traders can recognize the variance. Inexperienced traders are usually pressure, do this now, do this now, do this now. Nothing's 100%. And I do see the range though. But I also think we could break. Like if we get negative momentum here, we could definitely break. We also might trend back up here to 7.5. That's possible too. All right, guys. So yeah, so here's the breakdown. I mean, I'm not gonna say. This is why, like, this is something that like traders have to understand is that there's variance. It might look like the best buy of all time ever, but sometimes, honestly, the more obvious the pattern is, the less likely it is to work, right? Negative momentum showing up. Not again. It might look like the best buy of all time, but honestly, at this point in time, we've tested this low 1, 2, 3, 4 times. Eventually, it's gonna break, and that's what we see now. And this is why I think it's important, like variance, guys, variance. The more sure you are, the less likely you will make money. 100%. Absolutely true. Understand variance. Again, negative momentum coming in. So, ranges are great. Here's the problem, is that this range is great, but eventually it's going to break. It's not going to stay in this range forever. And so buying right here, like, yeah, we could range up, but like I said, we could also just dump down and get some negative momentum. And so telling everybody to buy down here, again, it's one of the reasons I say this once, I'll say it again. Generally speaking, newer traders are the ones pressuring people to do different things, and it's all love here. Hopefully this is a learning point and people don't get too emotional, but newer traders are usually the ones pressuring people to do different things because they can't recognize the variance of like outcome. It's important. Fitch cuts the U.S. growth forecast to 1.7%, previous 2.1%. This might be what's dragging the market down too. It's probably this latest news. We just put it up in chat. Yeah, risk reward's good, then do it. And look at this support level hold, this 900 level, man. I got to trust my own levels, dude. Honestly, I'm pretty sure I could just buy it. Like, I could take small little scalps every time we tap one of my levels and make some money if I got in and out quick with regular mini contracts. All right, guys, we got 30 minutes left until the opening bell. 30 minutes. All right, so look at this red. Oof. Yep, there's that negative momentum, guys. Tesla breaking down at 228s. Nvidia's what's falling down. It's at 118s. I'm going to see if we got any other news. But again, it's probably because Fitch cuts the U.S. 2025 growth forecast to 1.7%. It's probably what's driving this down. Yeah. All right, guys, so next level I have is right here at 885s. Who knows where we're going to stop here, though. Tesla at 228s. All right, so Fitch ratings with tariff shock estimated to add 1 percentage point to U.S. near-term inflation. We believe the Fed will delay further easing until the fourth quarter of 2025. Wow. So even more hawkish Fed now. Look at this. Pawn just sent me this. Let's look at the Fed watch tool. 99 to 1. May. June, still July, yeah. Look at this level here, 885s, guys. Bro, I'm telling you, I need to just buy the, like, look. I know you guys think I toot my own horn a little bit too much and that I brag a little bit too much. Honestly, I'm excited. It's confidence building here. Like, imagine if I just bought within a range here and I rode a scalp up and I sold and I got out. right? We did the same thing here. We literally came down here, bounced all the way up to here. Now there's a small window of opportunity each level. Look right here, same thing. Pop. Small window of opportunity for each level. But if I scalp with like a mini contract, because before this happened, remember I said 885s, and then where do we hit? We hit literally 885 right here. I gotta start building some I gotta start building some strategies around these levels. All right, guys, 25 minutes left. All right, market's back up. Amazon has undercut Nvidia with aggressive AI chip discounts, according to the information. Yeah. Yeah, and I think I think this type of chart suits me the best, where like I have levels on it like this, here, you know, here, but it's not too many levels, so that when we actually get to them, it's not like blowing past them or anything like that. I think that makes more sense. I've only been trading in pre-market the last couple months, or the last couple weeks, I'll say. Recently, I haven't been, and I think the key is to go with the trend, or the key is not to. I can go against the trend, like buying this here, but I have to get out quick if I go against the trend. So if I'm going with the trend, I could probably give it a little bit more room, kind of like I did here, where I started to short this and I wrote it down some up here. I was with the trend, so I'd give it a little bit more room. I'd add to it. But with these, it has to just be one and done. That's it. Do y'all do better during market hours or during pre-market? Yeah, but once it tests the level, I don't want to buy it again. Right, so once it retests this level, there's too big of a chance that it just kind of bloom, you know, and just runs down underneath it, just kind of like it did right here, right? Like, so once it tests this level, like here, it tested it, and then it just boom, broke down underneath it. Once it does that, the level is invalid now. It's still valid the first time it tests it. That's when we're gonna get the highest chance of a bounce, if that makes sense. But if it's already tested the level once and bounced off of it, the next retest, it's not going to work like that, because the retest is usually where we get big breakdowns underneath those levels, like here. Although this one did work, as I'm saying this one did actually work, but it didn't quite get close enough. But still, the point remains. Don't do it on retests, only on the initial test of it in the last like 20 minutes. I'm looking at volume, but on a different monitor. I don't know, man. I've seen you done some risky business and pull it off exactly where you called it. Yeah, no, my levels have worked really well. The levels have worked great. But even if you know what, like, the levels, it doesn't necessarily mean you can predict the direction or trend. That's the hard part. You might know where we're going to test and bounce, but it doesn't mean it's going to work. You know, doesn't mean you're going to make money necessarily. The hardest part for most trading systems is stopping yourself from trading. right, so look at this bounce back here. This is probably not from that news, Pew. It is probably from the pushback easing remarks. So again, if you scroll up a little bit, you'll see I posted them in the chat. Fitch said with tariff shock estimated to add 1 percentage point to inflation, they believe the Fed is going to delay further easing until the fourth quarter of this year. Is probably what this is. I'm on Top Step X, and so I'm pretty sure it auto rules, but let me make sure. Yeah, no, so we're still on this contract. They don't even have the option for the next one. So I'm pretty sure they auto rule on Top Step X. I'm looking at MNQ U25, and it's very low liquidity right now. What's the next one? What's the next rollover one? Hold on, let me make sure. Oh no, this is the new. No, this is MNQ. We gotta look at H. Yeah, I guess you're right. Yeah, see, they don't even have it. Yeah, so the next one's gonna be MNQ H25, but they don't even have it yet. We're still on. We still got a couple weeks, I guess. Okay, yeah, sorry. So, yeah, then they've already rolled over. We're already on the new one. All right, so I'm going to draw a level here now. This actually is a level right here. So we're going to add that to the chart now. See what we do here. We got 19 minutes left. Yeah, I had it backwards. It's all good. Yeah, I mean, I told everybody I was selling in December. I got pretty flat in December, and so far it's the right move, man. And y'all are never gonna hear the end of it. Y'all gotta understand my bias, though. Why I brag about it so much, and I'm half sarcastic, but I've heard so many people overpredict crashes and pullbacks and all this different stuff, and I've criticized them endlessly over 5 years. The one time we do correct, the one time I do call a correction, we actually hit it, and we actually did correct. And I don't necessarily want to see the market correct, but it definitely is confidence building. It means I'm reading the economy and the market well, which is good, right? Which is good. Hopefully that continues. Can't say it will, but we absolutely called this one, and that feels good because I see so many people overpredict these things regularly. So I hope it all makes sense. Definitely credibility boosting for me, I think, which is good. Anytime you run an economic or finance channel and you're able to predict a crash or correction, I think that's good. I think that's why so many people overpredict it as well, because they want to be that guy. They want to be Michael Burry. But the problem is, like, it's not valid if you call 5 of them and then one of them works. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty easy to predict, though. Like, if we're up 105% in 2 years, that needs to correct. 105%. 105%. 105%. 105%. 105%. 105%. 105%. 105%. 105%. 105%. 105%. 105%. 105%. 105%. 105%. 105%. 105%. 105%. 105%. 105%. 105%. 105%. 105%. 105%. 105%. 105%. 105%. 105%. 105%. 105%. 105%. 105%. 105%. 105%. 105%. 105%. 105%. 105%. 105%. 105%. 105%. 105%. 105%. 105%. 105%. 105%. 105%. 105%. 105%. 105%. 105%. 105%. 105%. 105%. 105%. 105%. 105%. 105%. 105%. 105%. 105%. 105%. 105%. 105%. 105%. 105%. 105%. 105%. 105%. 105%. 105%. 105%. 105%. 105%. 105%. want to short this. And we took half off, locked it in, got a little bit there. We can sit on the rest break even now. Again, same strategy. We're just playing my levels here. I cut it right here at my level. So yeah, so again, this is me experimenting with this strategy that I talked about where I play a small rejection of my level. Here's the level, small little rejection, out. I'm definitely top 3 caller of things that are called out in the world today. See, on this account, my accuracy's been pretty solid too, man. Trying to see if it shows my accuracy. Where's the accuracy? Oh, we're running, nice, man. Hey, so in the last week, we're running 73% of our trades. Daily win percentage is 64%. Not bad. If you want to see my graph, this is my graph. Here is my actual profit graph. So, not too bad. Tired of losing the combine? Yeah, but I think like good traders are going to lose combine sometimes. Depends, especially if you're like me. I try to speed past those things, dude, and so I lose a lot more. Once I trade my funded account, I usually get a little bit better. Well, then you got to set your max loss. And I think, in fact, I'm going to do that on this account now. I think I already have one. But I'm going to set my max loss to 275. Yeah, I think it's important. Like if you if you do good and then lose big, I'm gonna set this to, if I lose 275, liquidate and block me for the rest of the day in this account that I'm trading. That way, no matter what, I'm retaining my profit. I think that's important. See, look, here's a retest of the level I have up here too. Look at this. So look, same strategy. I could have taken it here too. Look, same range, got within the range of my level. Look at that, retest all the way back down here. And this is enough profit potential, even if it ends up coming back up. But I gotta jump on this strategy. If it works well enough with micros, I'm gonna scale up to mini and just try that. Because even if it ends up breaking over this, we still could have retained some profit from it. And so that's really what I'm looking at now. We had the the data we had just now, which was the capacity utilization and industrial production, was pretty small. Capacity utilization came in at 133% versus 77% expected. It's the percentage of production capacity that the U.S. uses. It can act as a leading indicator of inflation, and so we might actually get a negative reaction to this because. Oh wait, no, they just updated it. It showed up at 78%, higher than expected. Industrial production showed up higher than expected as well. Originally it said 130. Weird. But no, now that should have been 0.7% for month-over-month industrial production. So that's inflation fears is what that's going to drag here, I think, as well. But it's not really a big mover of markets. We got the Atlanta Fed GDP now expected at 2.1%. Look at this level too, man. What I'm really surprised with is how accurate the levels that I draw are sometimes. And again, I'm not really bragging. I'm trying to brainstorm how to build strategies around it, because we had this level in the chart before we tested this. We hit it. Same thing with this level. We did it once. And again, it kind of shows the thesis of like the retest doesn't work. You know, so like, look, we move up, we test it here, reject. That's where the profit is. We retest it again, it doesn't work. It goes up to this level, rejects. Right now, we're probably dropping on the inflation worries from the capacity utilization being higher than expected. All right, guys. Hey, we got 11 minutes left until the opening bell. 11 minutes left. One of the things I need to do is schedule the NVIDIA conference. Alright, let's day trade a little bit now. See, here's kind of a cup and handle reset too. Whoa. What the heck did I just do? No. Copilot forcing its way in there. I clicked some button, man. All right, look at this breakdown here too. So now we're retesting this level. I'm not going to take the strategy. Sorry, I'm kind of scheduling the AI conference here. Yeah, so this is at 1 o'clock. We got 8 minutes left. right, so look at this breakdown here. So we are starting to flush down here. That 885 level is the previous low of the day. Let's see if it holds. All right, so we're testing that 885 level. We just bounced directly off of it again. Let's see if we actually hold now. We're getting too close to the open for me to start basing trades, but again, this level held also. All right, guys. Bouncing right there, man. I should have taken the 885 bounce too. Even though, again, it kind of goes against the system. I don't want to take retests. Yeah, I don't want to take retests, but it's close enough. All right, there we go. All right, so I got this scheduled here. Sorry, I'm kind of doing some other stuff. You guys ready for the open? So we're retesting this low. Nike? I don't hate Nike. It's kind of in a dip too, so there might be some value there. I really don't know. All right, here's the retest of this bottom. Again, we are day trading on Top Step today, and again, the same scalping strategy we're using. We're on Top Step X right now. Top Step, again, gives you a 50K demo. They test your skill. You pass the test, they fund you. You fail, you only lose the 49 bucks for the base one, 100 bucks for the middle one, and 150 bucks for the top one. Great way to learn how to day trade because you're getting kind of the experience of risking money without thousands and thousands of dollars like you normally would. It teaches you how to trade under pressure. If you pass it, if you're good enough to pass it, you get a 50K funded account with a 90% split. You get to keep your first 10K. If you fail, you only lose the base, how much it costs, the monthly subscription. Best of both worlds, limited risk, and they've paid out almost 200 million. If you use my link and go to Top Step X, there's zero commission, no PDT rule, and you can day trade the S&P, the NASDAQ, the Dow, the Russell, gold, some currencies. Check them out. Here's the link. They are an affiliate of mine. I am biased because I get paid by them, but it's incredibly useful for traders in my honest opinion. There's the link if you want to check it out. We're still testing this bottom right before the opening bell. So yeah, it's daylight savings time. We lost an hour. All right, 20 seconds, chat. 20 seconds. Also, guys, here is our NVIDIA speech. Here is our NVIDIA stream for later. So if you want to save this stream, there it is. Here's the opening bell right now. Let's see what kind of volatility we get. We're breaking those lows at the opening bell. There's the crack under these lows. There's the level. I really got to start using this. I just drew that level too. You guys saw me look back, draw this level, and look at where we bounce. They get it retraced enough to probably be able to scalp it, even though it might continue down. But look at this. I just drew this. And there we go. Continuing down. It's just interesting we take kind of like a detour at that level. The question is that enough to scalp? I don't know. Hit the live button, 8-2, you're probably delayed on the stream. It shouldn't be nowhere near 8 seconds. I always get people telling me I'm delayed, but usually they're just lagging and they gotta hit the live button next to the play button. And if you are that delayed, it's probably your internet. We're pretty real time. See, we're bouncing off of this level here. I don't like it enough to draw it though. All right, so here's this 850 level that we held too. Look at this. There's the bounce. Oh, dude, I gotta start using It's confidence building. It really is. Like it, you know, light bulbs start to go off in your head when you see that. I gotta let a couple minutes pass first. Alright guys, so we are now bouncing back after hitting that 850 level. We'll let things play out first, see if we can get an idea of a trend before we start attacking anything else. All right, so I'm waiting here. There's the breakdown. See, retest of it doesn't work. That's the thesis right now, guys. And I think that makes perfect sense. Let me know if you agree with that. So the levels work. It has to be the first test of that level. The first test of the level seems to work. The retest of it, that's when the risk of just dumping down like this happens. And that makes perfect logical sense, I think. Like theorizing about like how to play these levels. I think that makes a lot of sense. Let me know what you guys think, but I think that makes a lot of sense. Next level we're going to try it on is 810. If we can break down that deep here. Let's see. Oh man, so I was looking down on my phone and sorry, I got an email from something, business email. And it looks like I'm glad I didn't play this level too, because man, we just keep on and dropping. I'm gonna look at 775 quarter level, see if we can bounce off of this level now too. This is some red action though right now, guys. This is some brutal. I might start to actually add into this a little bit more. There's one. Get a little scalp on this level. All right, we're out. $20 scalp. See if we can break down, back down underneath this here. All right, here's the level. We're gonna buy into it with some size. There we go. Oh, that was my time to exit. I missed it. Here, I'll add to this, see if we can get another one. That was my time. Let's see if we bounce at this level. I'm gonna take half off here. Oh, I missed the taking half off. All right. See, we're bouncing at the level here, but I don't trust it now. All right, we're out. We made money on the string of trades. I got to learn how to manage these scalps too, because we got the bounce at this one too at 775. Look at it. But I got to learn how to manage it and then there's the retest, because it happens quick and the timing for profit has to be fast. And so basically I have to really watch it. Sometimes it doesn't have to be. Like this might bounce right back up now and give me a lot more time. But I've seen, yeah, and there we go. Look, right at this level, 775 worked. But I got to manage it right. And it definitely takes focus, which sometimes my ADHD is just all over the place. So I like the system. We're going to keep trying it, because look at that bounce, man. 775. Interesting. Why not a bracket trade? Because it happens too quick for a bracket trailing stop or anything like that. Like this is only 15 cents of profit per tick, or 15 ticks of profit per trade. It's a very small amount, even though this one's giving me a little bit more. And we got the bounce right at 775. So the idea works, but it's also a counter trend strategy. So it's a lot riskier in all honesty, but yeah. Question is, do I want to attack this level now at 810 and go with the trend? I think I do. All right, we're out. Okay, that worked as well. We got the 810 rejection. This is, I think, how I profit the easiest from my levels, is taking very quick rejections, confirmations of trend. Going in the trend direction makes a lot more sense too. Oh, you're talking about brackets and like setting an entry and an exit price automatically. The problem is I don't know where I want to exit, and I'd rather just manage it myself with my own hands. Next level underneath. So here's the retest again. Retest didn't work. Same thing. Next level is at 750s roughly, 747s to 750s. We're gonna increase our size a little bit now. We need the level though. If it doesn't do the level, we're not taking it. We need within a reasonable range of this level. All right, there's 57s. We need 750 even though. I'm not going to take it unless we get 750 even. I sometimes short these retracements to fill the candlestick. That happens a lot, and use this level as resistance. So look for basically a fill right here. I'm not going to take it, but look how much that would have worked. See that? It's never going to, like, I've made this in a video before. A lot of the time it's not going to fill the whole candle here, but it's going to fill 3/4 of it, is what I described in a video before. And you can kind of see how it did that. Here's the candle. It filled most of it, just not all of it. And then we bounced a little bit too early to attack it here. So my hands are off right now. I just got to wait. Tesla at 223s. Yeah, looking really weak. It depends on which one you're at. You can't make more than $1,500 per day, Slater, on the 50K account. You can't make more than and I guess here we honestly got pretty close enough to my 50 level. Here's the level. I can move this up a little bit, but we got close enough to my 50 level for me to take the trade. I'd rather a retest of it though. Yeah, you have to make $1,500 one day, $1,500 the next. This might actually work the best in getting funded. I'll try that. All right, Tesla down to 224s. Nvidia is what's been dragging the market down too. All right, let's talk about it. AR. So AR, brother, you literally described an entry like this. And again, I think you're watching too many gurus, bro. I really do, man. You literally described this amount of... I watched it this time. Hold on. Let me see if I can get this pen to work. My pen's not working for some reason. Hold on. Come on, pen. All right, I'm going to have to Control-Alt-Delete this. I'm going to have to Control-Alt-Delete the pen so we can reuse it. There it is. All right. There's the breakdown. Yeah, great short call. Or great long call. AR. Great job, bro. Look at this breakdown here. Look, here's my 721 level too. Look at this. Ugh. I gotta start using this too, man. It might keep breaking down. This looks like a big, weak candle. But let's talk about it. So you literally told everybody to long right here. You gotta stop trying to say you told you so. Like, you know. Again, the profit that you're describing everybody to take is such a small amount of profit that anybody could throw a random dart at any price and probably say the same thing. It's one of those things where you got to stop looking for validation so much, brother. You know, like it's all good, but you know, no reason to. But giving somebody a super tiny profit target and then saying, "You're welcome, everybody. You're welcome." You know, you're welcome. It's silly. It's ridiculous. Come on now. Anyways, hey, we're breaking down a little bit. This level just broke right through it. My 720 level. That level didn't hold. I'm gonna look at 650s now. The brutal red action. We also have 700 here. That probably might be a better level than 720s. He just likes to teach, though. Listen, guys. I just like teaching. You know. I'm not going to actually trade, but I just like teaching, guys. Millionaire students, you know. The ones that say they just like teaching are literally the ones who, like, they don't want to risk their own money because they don't actually trust it well enough to do so. But they want to teach everybody how to do it so that they can keep raking in that course money. I'm not even targeting anybody specifically here. This is actually a multiple different, specifically penny stock gurus that behave this way. They sell you courses, but they don't actually trade themselves, you know, because they just like teaching, guys. All right. Again, I'm gonna look at 650. I've learned a lot from this channel. Thank you, Pipe. Appreciate it. Oh yeah, the VIX is gonna be moving up. The market's dumping down here. I don't know, the 720 level getting confirmed a little bit up here. I'll keep it. It might be 725 is what it'd be, like that quarter, that $quarter level. And then here's 7 underneath us here. Let's see if 725 rejects. Nope. Again, you see my hands are off. I'm not really confident enough to take any of these. Yeah, bro, learned how to scalp watching you. John confirmed he's a millionaire. A millionaire? I don't know, man. I wouldn't really. It depends on how you. It depends on what you classify it as. Are we talking assets? Are we talking cash money? Because I certainly don't have $1 million cash. I wish I did. But are we talking assets? It's a different thing. So really, you know, tomatoes, tomatoes. But yeah. Yeah, I'm not really feeling this right now. We're down too much for me to want to short. We're too weak for me to want to long. And we're already up a lot. We've made, very good accuracy today if you look at this. Small gains, but still, like the trading was good. Yeah, so we are 68% accuracy, 67% accuracy today. We got a profit factor of 3.21, which is very good. This month so far, we have had We've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 trading days so far this month that we've traded on this account. We have lost 2 of them. Pretty good. Here's that 750 test. All right, guys. I'm probably just going to shut it down. Again, if you want to check out Top Step, I'll include the link right here. Great way to help support the channel. Link is right here in chat. We got the NVIDIA GTC conference later on today, guys. So remember, I have no freaking idea what I'm talking about. I might be wildly wrong about anything and everything I say. Not an investment professional. I'm not liable if you lose. Always make your own assessment. Trade responsibly, guys. If you want to check out Top Step, link is in the description. That's what I'm trading on today. Again, we got NVIDIA's GTC conference coming out later. Subscribe. Hit the notification bell. I appreciate the love. Again, this is one of the biggest events this week is NVIDIA's GTC conference. Look at that 750 level right there. We got the NVIDIA GTC conference. In a couple hours, we will stream the entire keynote speech by CEO Jensen Huang live starting soon. I love you all. You'll have a great day. I'll see you guys in a couple hours. And again, like I said, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. NVIDIA GTC coming out later. I love you all. Y'all have a great day. I'll see you guys later.